Question 1. Which of the following statements about property insurance policy provisions is correct under Illinois state regulations? A. The insured must notify the insurer of any material changes in risk exposure. B. Insurers are required to provide coverage for flood damages. A standard inclusion. C. Replacement cost coverage is mandated for all property insurance policies. D. Insurers can cancel policies without notice within the first 60 days of issuance. Answer A. The insured must notify the insurer of any material changes in risk exposure. In Illinois, property insurance policies typically require the insured to notify the insurer of any material changes in risk exposure. This is crucial for underwriting considerations and ensuring the policy reflects the current risk profile accurately. Such provisions are designed to prevent adverse selection and maintain the integrity of the insurance contract. Question 2. Mr. Adams owns a commercial property insured under an Illinois property insurance policy. During a severe storm, the property suffers significant damage. Which valuation method is typically used under Illinois law to determine the loss settlement amount? A. Market value at the time of loss. B. Replacement cost less depreciation. C. Actual cash value at the time of loss. D. Agreed value specified in the policy. Answer B. Replacement cost less depreciation. In Illinois, property insurance policies often use the replacement cost less depreciation method to determine the loss settlement amount for damaged property. This approach accounts for the cost of replacing the property with new materials of like kind and quality, less depreciation based on the property's age and condition. Question 3. Scenario. Ms. Rodriguez is involved in a car accident in Illinois where she is found liable for damages to another driver's vehicle. The other driver files a claim against Ms. Rodriguez's liability insurance policy. According to Illinois state regulations, what is the insurer's duty in this situation? A. Provide coverage only after litigation concludes in court. B. Investigate and evaluate the claim promptly. C. Deny the claim if Ms. Rodriguez disputes fault. D. Delay the claim settlement until all medical bills are submitted. Answer B. Investigate and evaluate the claim promptly. Under Illinois state regulations, insurers are required to promptly investigate and evaluate claims. This ensures that claims are handled efficiently and fairly without unnecessary delays. Prompt investigation helps determine liability and coverage obligations, facilitating quicker claim resolutions for all parties involved. Question 4. Which statement accurately describes a key difference between occurrence-based and claims-made liability insurance policies under Illinois state regulations? A. Occurrence-based policies cover claims that occurred during the policy period, regardless of when they are reported. B. Claims-made policies cover claims reported during the policy period, regardless of when the incident occurred. C. Occurrence-based policies cover claims reported during the policy period, regardless of when the incident occurred. D. Claims-made policies cover claims that occurred during the policy period, regardless of when they are reported. Answer A. Occurrence-based policies cover claims that occur during the policy period, regardless of when they are reported. In Illinois, occurrence-based liability insurance policies provide coverage for claims arising from incidents that occur during the policy period, irrespective of when the claim is reported. This means the policy responds to events that happen while the policy is in force, regardless of when the actual claim is made or reported. Question 5. Scenario. Ms. Nguyen owns a small business in Illinois and has purchased commercial property insurance. A fire damages her business premises, resulting in loss of income due to temporary closure. Which policy provision could help Ms. Nguyen recover lost income during the restoration period? A. Business interruption coverage. B. Liability coverage. C. Flood insurance coverage. D. Valuation endorsement. Answer A. Business interruption coverage. Business interruption coverage, typically included in commercial property insurance policies, helps businesses like Ms. Nguyen's recover lost income and operating expenses during periods of temporary closure due to covered property damage, such as fire. This provision is crucial for maintaining financial stability and facilitating business continuity. Question 6. Under Illinois state regulations, which factor is NOT typically considered in the underwriting process for homeowners insurance policies? A. Location of the insured property. B. Age and condition of the insured property. C. Credit score of the insured. D. Gender and marital status of the insured. Answer: D. Gender and marital status of the insured. In Illinois, factors such as the location of the insured property, age and condition of the property, and credit score of the insured are commonly considered in the underwriting process for homeowners insurance policies. However, gender and marital status are generally not used as underwriting factors due to regulatory and ethical considerations against discriminatory practices in insurance. Question 7. Scenario: Mr. Thompson owns a residential property in Illinois insured under a homeowner's insurance policy. Due to severe hail damage, he files a claim with his insurer. According to Illinois state regulations, which provision is likely to affect the claim settlement process? A. Actual cash value calculation method. B. Replacement cost endorsement. C. Anti-concurrent causation clause. D. Concurrent causation clause. Answer: A. Actual cash value calculation method. Under Illinois regulations, insurers typically use the actual cash value (ACV) calculation method to determine the reimbursement amount for damaged property. ACV takes into account depreciation, reflecting the property's current market value at the time of loss. This method affects the amount Mr. Thompson would receive for repairs or replacement of the hail-damaged property. Question 8. Which statement accurately describes the purpose of underwriting considerations in casualty insurance under Illinois state regulations? A. To deny coverage to high-risk applicants. B. To set uniform premium rates for all policyholders. C. To evaluate and classify risks for proper pricing and coverage decisions. D. To handle claims promptly and fairly. Answer: C. To evaluate and classify risks for proper pricing and coverage decisions. In Illinois, underwriting considerations in casualty insurance involve evaluating and classifying risks based on factors such as the insured's risk profile, the nature of the insured event, and other relevant criteria. This process helps insurers make informed decisions about coverage availability, premium rates, and policy terms that align with risk exposure and regulatory requirements. Question 9. Scenario: MS. Patel is shopping for auto insurance in Illinois and wants to understand the coverage options available. Which type of coverage would protect MS Patel against damages caused by an uninsured motorist? A. Comprehensive coverage. B. Collision coverage. C. Uninsured motorist coverage. D. Liability coverage. Answer: C. Uninsured motorist coverage. In Illinois, uninsured motorist coverage is designed to protect insured individuals like MS Patel against damages caused by motorists who do not carry insurance or sufficient coverage to pay for damages they cause in an accident. This coverage can help cover medical expenses, lost wages, and other damages resulting from such incidents. Question 10. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the primary purpose of policy endorsements in property insurance? A. To modify or add coverage to the standard policy terms. B. To cancel the insurance policy at the insured's request. C. To change the insurer's claims handling procedures. D. To adjust the insurance premium based on inflation. Answer: A. To modify or add coverage to the standard policy terms. In Illinois, policy endorsements in property insurance allow insurers to modify or add coverage options beyond what is provided by the standard policy terms. Endorsements can tailor the policy to specific needs or circumstances of the insured, such as adding coverage for additional risks or increasing coverage limits. Question 11. Scenario: Mr. Martinez is renewing his homeowner's insurance policy in Illinois. He wants to ensure adequate coverage for his valuable art collection. Which policy provision would likely provide specific coverage for his artworks? A. Exclusion clause. B. Peril clause. C. Scheduled personal property endorsement. D. Deductible clause. Answer: C. Scheduled personal property endorsement. In Illinois, homeowners insurance policies typically offer scheduled personal property endorsements to provide specific coverage for valuable items such as art collections. This endorsement allows insured individuals like Mr. Martinez to list and insure specific high-value items, separately ensuring adequate coverage beyond the standard policy limits. Question 12. Which ethical principle guides insurance professionals in Illinois to act in the best interests of their clients and maintain confidentiality? A. Duty of disclosure. B. Duty of loyalty. C. Duty of indemnity. D. Duty of contribution. Answer: B. Duty of loyalty. In Illinois, the duty of loyalty requires insurance professionals to act in the best interests of their clients, prioritizing client needs and maintaining confidentiality of client information. This ethical principle underscores the importance of trust, integrity, and professionalism in the insurance industry. Question 13. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of the declarations page in an insurance policy? A. To list the insured perils covered by the policy. B. To outline the policyholder's payment schedule. C. To specify the policy limits and coverage details. D. To describe the insurer's claims handling procedures. T. Answer: C. To specify the policy limits and coverage details. In Illinois, the declarations page in an insurance policy provides essential information such as the insured's name, policy period, policy limits, deductibles, and specific coverage as purchased. It serves as a summary of key policy details for both the insured and the insurer. Question 14. Scenario: MS. Carter is renewing her auto insurance policy in Illinois and wants to understand the implications of adding an umbrella policy. What does an umbrella policy typically provide that her primary auto insurance may not cover? A. Coverage for uninsured motorists. B. Coverage for damage to her own vehicle. C. Coverage for liability claims exceeding her primary policy limits. D. Coverage for rental car expenses. Answer: C. Coverage for liability claims exceeding her primary policy limits. In Illinois, an umbrella insurance policy provides additional liability coverage that extends beyond the limits of MS. Carter's primary auto insurance, it covers liability claims that exceed the limits of her underlying policies, offering broader protection against major lawsuits and catastrophic losses. Question 15. Which principle of insurance ensures that policyholders receive fair compensation for covered losses under Illinois state regulations? A. Subrogation. B. Indemnity. C. Contribution. D. Mitigation. Answer: B. Indemnity. In Illinois, the principle of indemnity ensures that policyholders are compensated for covered losses to the extent that they are restored to the same financial position they were in before the loss occurred. This principle prevents policyholders from profiting from insurance claims and promotes fairness in claim settlements. Question 16. Scenario: MS. Garcia is purchasing a new homeowner's insurance policy in Illinois. She wants to ensure her policy includes coverage for personal property damage caused by perils such as fire, theft, and vandalism. Which section of the policy would typically provide this coverage? A. Insuring agreements. B. Exclusions section. C. Conditions section. D. Endorsements section. Answer: A. Insuring agreements. In Illinois, the insuring agreements section of a homeowner's insurance policy outlines the specific perils covered under the policy, including personal property damage caused by perils such as fire, theft, vandalism, and others listed in the policy. This section defines the scope of coverage provided by the insurer. Question 17. Under Illinois state regulations, which factor is typically considered in determining insurance premium rates for homeowners' insurance policies? A. Gender of the insured. B. Length of the insured's credit history. C. Marital status of the insured. D. Value of the insured property. Answer: B. Length of the insured's credit history. In Illinois, insurance premium rates for homeowners' insurance policies often consider the insured's credit history as a factor. Insurers use credit-based insurance scores to assess risk and determine premium rates based on statistical correlations between credit history and insurance claims experience. Question 18. Which legal concept allows insurers in Illinois to transfer the right of recovery to them after compensating the insured for a covered loss? A. Indemnity. B. Subrogation. C. Contribution. D. Insurable interest. Answer: B. Subrogation. In Illinois, subrogation is the legal principle that allows insurers to pursue recovery from third parties responsible for causing a loss for which they have compensated the insured. This principle helps prevent the insured from being unjustly enriched by recovering twice for the same loss and supports insurers' efforts to control claim costs. Question 19. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of the insuring agreement section in an insurance policy? A. To specify the conditions under which coverage may be denied. B. To outline the rights and responsibilities of the insured and insurer. C. To list the perils covered and the scope of coverage provided. D. To describe the process of filing a claim with the insurer. Answer: C. To list the perils covered and the scope of coverage provided. In Illinois, the insuring agreement section of an insurance policy specifies the perils or risks covered under the policy and outlines the scope of coverage provided by the insurer. This section defines the contractual obligations of the insurer to compensate the insured for covered losses. Question 20. Scenario: Mr. Lee owns a commercial property in Illinois and is renewing his property insurance policy. He wants to ensure coverage includes protection against income loss due to business interruption caused by covered perils such as fire or vandalism. Which policy provision should Mr. Lee review to confirm this coverage? A. Business income endorsement. B. Valuation clause. C. Deductible clause. D. Anti-concurrent causation clause. Answer: A. Business income endorsement. In Illinois, a business income endorsement is typically added to a commercial property insurance policy to provide coverage for income loss due to business interruption caused by covered perils like fire or vandalism. This endorsement helps businesses like Mr. Lee's recover lost income and continue operations during periods of property restoration. Question 21. Which type of insurance policy in Illinois typically provides coverage for legal defense costs in addition to liability protection? A. Homeowners insurance. B. Personal umbrella insurance. C. Business liability insurance. D. Auto insurance. Answer: C. Business liability insurance. In Illinois, business liability insurance policies typically provide coverage for legal defense costs in addition to liability protection. This coverage helps businesses defend against lawsuits and legal claims alleging bodily injury, property damage, or personal injury caused by the business's operations or products. Question 22. Under Illinois state regulations, what role does the insurance producer play in the insurance process? A. Assessing claims and determining coverage eligibility. B. Setting premium rates based on risk assessments. C. Selling insurance policies and providing advice to clients. D. Investigating insurance fraud and filing reports with regulators. Answer: C. Selling insurance policies and providing advice to clients. In Illinois, insurance producers, agents, or brokers are responsible for selling insurance policies to clients and providing advice on coverage options that best suit the client's needs. They act as intermediaries between insurance companies and clients, facilitating the purchase of insurance and ensuring clients understand their coverage. Question 23. Scenario: Ms. Johnson is reviewing her auto insurance policy in Illinois and notices a provision regarding uninsured motorist coverage. What does this coverage typically protect Ms. Johnson against? A. Damage to her own vehicle in a collision. B. Medical expenses for injuries caused by her negligence. C. Property damage caused by vandalism or theft. D. Injuries and damages caused by uninsured or underinsured motorists. Answer: D. Injuries and damages caused by uninsured or underinsured motorists. In Illinois, uninsured motorist coverage protects insured individuals like Ms. Johnson against injuries and damages resulting from accidents caused by motorists who do not carry insurance or sufficient coverage to pay for losses they cause. This coverage helps compensate for medical expenses, lost wages, and other damages when the at-fault party is uninsured or underinsured. Question 24. Which principle of insurance requires the insured to pay a portion of the loss before the insurer covers the remainder? A. Contribution. B. Indemnity. C. Deductible. D. Subrogation. Answer: C. Deductible. In Illinois, the principle of a deductible requires the insured to pay a specified amount out of pocket before the insurer begins to cover the remaining costs of a covered loss. Deductibles help insurers manage claim costs and encourage policyholders to take preventive measures against small or frequent claims. Question 25. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of the coinsurance clause in property insurance policies? A. To specify the insurer's obligation to pay a portion of the covered losses. B. To require the insured to maintain coverage limits based on the property's value. C. To outline the process for filing a claim with the insurer. D. To detail the insurer's liability for losses caused by excluded perils. Answer: B. To require the insured to maintain coverage limits based on the property's value. In Illinois, the coinsurance clause in property insurance policies requires the insured to maintain coverage limits that are a specified percentage of the property's value. This encourages policyholders to insure their property adequately relative to its actual value, helping to avoid underinsurance and ensuring fair claims settlements. Question 26. Scenario: Mr. Davis is renewing his homeowner's insurance policy in Illinois and is considering adding an endorsement to cover his expensive jewelry collection. Which type of endorsement should Mr. Davis consider to ensure adequate coverage for his jewelry? A. Scheduled personal property endorsement. B. Valuation endorsement. C. Deductible endorsement. D. Exclusion endorsement. Answer A. Scheduled personal property endorsement. In Illinois, a scheduled personal property endorsement allows homeowners like Mr. Davis to specifically list and insure valuable items such as jewelry at their appraised or scheduled values. This endorsement provides broader coverage and higher limits than what is typically covered under the standard homeowner's policy. Question 27. Which statement accurately describes the concept of a value policy in insurance under Illinois state regulations? A. A policy that provides coverage based on the actual cash value of the insured property. B. A policy that specifies the insured amount in advance, regardless of the property's value at the time of loss. C. A policy that covers only certain perils specified in the policy form. D. A policy that allows the insured to choose coverage limits based on their needs and preferences. And B. A policy that specifies the insured amount in advance, regardless of the property's value at the time of loss. In Illinois, a value policy is one that specifies the insured amount, often the appraised or agreed upon value, in advance, regardless of the property's actual value at the time of loss. This type of policy provides certainty to the insured about the amount of coverage they will receive in the event of a covered loss. Question 20. Under Illinois state regulations, what does the term loss settlement method typically refer to in property insurance? A. The process of determining the actual cash value of damaged property. B. The insurer's obligation to pay for covered losses. C. The time frame within which a claim must be filed with the insurer. D. The process of resolving disputes between the insured and the insurer. Answer A. The process of determining the actual cash value of damaged property. In Illinois, the loss settlement method in property insurance refers to the process used by insurers to determine the actual cash value, SCV, or replacement cost value, RCV, of damaged or destroyed property. ACV considers depreciation, while RCV covers the cost to repair or replace the property with a similar new item. Question 29. Scenario: MS. Adams is shopping for business liability insurance in Illinois for her consulting firm. She wants coverage that protects her business against claims of bodily injury or property damage caused by her services. Which type of policy should MS. Adams consider? A. As and omissions insurance. B. Commercial general liability insurance. C. Professional liability insurance. D. Business interruption insurance. Answer B. Commercial general liability insurance. In Illinois, commercial general liability (CGL) insurance provides coverage for claims of bodily injury or property damage caused by the insured's business operations, products, or services. This coverage helps protect businesses like MS. Adams consulting firm against lawsuits and financial losses arising from third-party claims. Question 30. Which principle of insurance encourages policyholders to avoid actions that could increase the frequency or severity of losses? A. Insurable interest. B. Subrogation. C. Loss prevention. D. Contribution. Answer C. Loss prevention. In Illinois, the principle of loss prevention encourages policyholders to take proactive measures to prevent losses or minimize their impact. Insurers may offer incentives for risk management practices that reduce the likelihood of claims, promoting safety and reducing overall insurance costs. Question 31. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of the underwriting process in insurance? A. To investigate and evaluate insurance claims. B. To determine the appropriate premium rates for policyholders. C. To negotiate settlements with third parties. D. To advertise insurance products to potential customers. Answer: B. To determine the appropriate premium rates for policyholders. In Illinois, the underwriting process in insurance involves assessing risks associated with insuring a potential policyholder and determining the appropriate premium rates based on these risks. Underwriters evaluate factors such as the insured's risk profile, claims history, and coverage needs to establish fair and competitive premium rates. Question 32. Scenario: Mr. Thompson owns a rental property in Illinois and is renewing his landlord insurance policy. He wants coverage that includes protection against tenant-caused damages and loss of rental income due to tenant eviction. Which type of endorsement should Mr. Thompson consider adding to his policy? A. Personal injury endorsement. B. Fair rental value endorsement. C. Ordinance or law endorsement. D. Vacancy permit endorsement. Answer: B. Fair rental value endorsement. In Illinois, a fair rental value endorsement or loss of rent endorsement provides coverage for lost rental income when a rental property becomes uninhabitable due to a covered loss, such as tenant-caused damages or tenant eviction. This endorsement helps landlords like Mr. Thompson recover lost rental income during property repairs or legal proceedings. Question 33. Which type of insurance policy in Illinois typically covers damages caused by hail, fire, theft, and vandalism to commercial property? A. Business interruption insurance. B. Workers' compensation insurance. C. Commercial property insurance. D. Errors and omissions insurance. Answer: C. Commercial property insurance. In Illinois, commercial property insurance covers damages caused by perils such as hail, fire, theft, vandalism, and other specified risks to commercial buildings and their contents. This coverage helps protect business owners against financial losses resulting from property damage or loss. Question 34. Under Illinois state regulations, what does the term loss ratio typically refer to in insurance? A. The ratio of claims paid by the insurer to premiums earned. B. The ratio of losses caused by excluded perils to covered losses. C. The ratio of insurance agents to policyholders in a given area. D. The ratio of deductibles paid by the insured to claims received. Answer: A. The ratio of claims paid by the insurer to premiums earned. In Illinois, the loss ratio in insurance refers to the ratio of claims paid out by the insurer to the premiums earned from policyholders over a specific period. It is a key financial metric used to assess the insurer's profitability and claim management efficiency. Question 35. Scenario: MS. Martinez is considering purchasing umbrella insurance coverage in Illinois to supplement her existing auto and homeowners insurance policies. What primary benefit does umbrella insurance provide that her underlying policies may not fully cover? A. Coverage for personal injury claims. B. Coverage for property damage caused by natural disasters. C. Coverage for legal defense costs exceeding primary policy limits. D. Coverage for uninsured motorist claims. Answer: C. Coverage for legal defense costs exceeding primary policy limits. In Illinois, umbrella insurance provides additional liability coverage that extends beyond the limits of MS. Martinez's underlying auto and homeowners insurance policies. This coverage includes legal defense costs for lawsuits that exceed the limits of her primary policies, offering broader protection against major claims and catastrophic losses. Question 36. Which principle of insurance encourages insurers to restore policyholders to the same financial position they were in before the covered loss occurred? A. Contribution. B. Insurable interest. C. Indemnity. D. Subrogation. Answer: C. Indemnity. In Illinois, the principle of indemnity and insurance ensures that policyholders are compensated for covered losses in a manner that restores them to the same financial position they were in before the loss occurred. This principle prevents policyholders from profiting from insurance claims and promotes fairness in claims settlements. Question 37. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of an insurance policy's declarations page? A. To list the insured perils covered by the policy. B. To provide a summary of the policy's coverage and limits. C. To outline the process for filing a claim with the insurer. D. To specify the conditions under which coverage may be denied. Answer: B. To provide a summary of the policy's coverage and limits. In Illinois, the declarations page of an insurance policy provides a summary of key information, including the insured's name and address, policy period, coverage limits, deductibles, and premium amounts. It serves as a quick reference guide for policyholders to understand their coverage details at a glance. Question 38. Scenario: Mr. Anderson is renewing his commercial property insurance policy in Illinois. He wants to ensure coverage includes protection against losses caused by sewer backups and water damage. Which policy provision should Mr. Anderson review to confirm this coverage? A. Valuation clause. B. Subrogation clause. C. Water damage endorsement. D. Anti-concurrent causation clause. Answer: C. Water damage endorsement. In Illinois, a water damage endorsement is typically added to a commercial property insurance policy to provide coverage for losses caused by sewer backups, water damage, or other related perils. This endorsement ensures that Mr. Anderson's property is protected against financial losses resulting from these specific types of damage. Question 39. Which type of insurance policy in Illinois typically covers liability for bodily injury or property damage caused by the insured's negligence? A. Errors and omissions insurance. B. Personal umbrella insurance. C. Business liability insurance. D. Workers' compensation insurance. Answer: C. Business liability insurance. In Illinois, business liability insurance, also known as commercial general liability insurance, typically covers liability for bodily injury or property damage caused by the insured's negligence, products, or operations. This coverage protects businesses against financial losses and legal expenses arising from third-party claims. Question 40. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of the insuring agreement in an insurance policy? A. To specify the conditions under which coverage may be denied. B. To outline the insurer's obligations to pay for covered losses. C. To define the insured's responsibilities in filing a claim. D. To detail the process for subrogation and salvage. Answer: B. To outline the insurer's obligations to pay for covered losses. In Illinois, the insuring agreement in an insurance policy outlines the specific risks or perils covered by the policy and the insurer's obligations to pay for covered losses. It details the scope of coverage, including what types of losses are included and any conditions or exclusions that may apply. Question 41. Scenario: Ms. Garcia owns a retail store in Illinois and is reviewing her commercial property insurance policy. She wants coverage that includes protection against losses caused by theft, fire, and vandalism. Which type of insurance policy should Ms. Garcia have to cover these risks? A. Business interruption insurance. B. Commercial property insurance. C. Business liability insurance. D. Workers' compensation insurance. Answer: B. Commercial property insurance. In Illinois, commercial property insurance provides coverage for losses caused by perils such as theft, fire, vandalism, and other specified risks to a business property's building and its contents. This coverage helps protect Ms. Garcia's retail store against financial losses resulting from property damage or loss. Question 42. Which principle of insurance involves one party assuming the financial risk of another party in exchange for a premium? A. Subrogation. B. Indemnity. C. Insurable interest. D. Contribution. Answer: B. Indemnity. In Illinois, the principle of indemnity in insurance involves one party, the insurer, assuming the financial risk of another party, the insured, in exchange for a premium payment. The insurer agrees to compensate the insured for covered losses, aiming to restore them to the same financial position they were in before the loss occurred. Question 43. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of a rider or endorsement in an insurance policy? A. To specify the conditions under which coverage may be denied. B. To outline the insurer's obligations to pay for covered losses. C. To amend or add coverage to the standard policy terms. D. To define the insured's responsibilities in filing a claim. Answer: C. To amend or add coverage to the standard policy terms. In Illinois, a rider or endorsement in an insurance policy is used to amend or add coverage to the standard policy terms. It allows policyholders to customize their insurance coverage by adding specific protections or adjusting limits based on their needs, ensuring comprehensive protection against risks not covered by the standard policy. Question 44. Scenario: Mr. Lopez operates a landscaping business in Illinois and wants to protect his equipment and vehicles from theft and damage. Which type of insurance policy should Mr. Lopez consider to cover his business property? A. Commercial auto insurance. B. Business owner's policy (BOP). C. Inland marine insurance. D. Directors and officers (DO) insurance. Answer: C. Inland marine insurance. In Illinois, inland marine insurance is designed to cover movable or specialized types of property, including equipment and vehicles used in businesses like Mr. Lopez's landscaping company. This coverage protects against theft, damage, and loss of property that may occur while in transit or on job sites. Question 45. Which principle of insurance encourages policyholders to share the financial burden of a loss with their insurer through the payment of deductibles? A. Subrogation. B. Deductible. C. Indemnity. D. Insurable interest. Answer: B. Deductible. In Illinois, the principle of deductibles in insurance encourages policyholders to share the financial burden of a loss with their insurer by paying a specified amount, deductible, out of pocket before the insurer begins to cover the remaining costs of the claim. This principle helps to control premium costs and discourage frivolous claims. Question 46. Under Illinois state regulations, what role does the insurance producer play in the insurance industry? A. Evaluating claims and determining coverage eligibility. B. Selling insurance policies and assisting clients with policy selection. C. Investigating fraudulent insurance claims and prosecuting offenders. D. Negotiating settlements between insurers and policyholders. Answer: B. Selling insurance policies and assisting clients with policy selection. In Illinois, an insurance producer, commonly known as an insurance agent or broker, is licensed to sell insurance policies and assist clients with selecting appropriate coverage based on their needs. Producers play a crucial role in educating clients about insurance options, explaining policy terms, and facilitating the purchase process. Question 47. Scenario: MS. Taylor is renewing her homeowner's insurance policy in Illinois. She wants to ensure coverage includes protection against losses caused by earthquakes and floods. Which type of endorsement should MS. Taylor consider adding to her policy? A. Earthquake endorsement. B. Flood insurance endorsement. C. Extended replacement cost endorsement. D. Personal injury endorsement. Answer: B. Flood insurance endorsement. In Illinois, a flood insurance endorsement is typically added to a homeowner's insurance policy to provide coverage for losses caused by flooding, which is often excluded from standard homeowners insurance policies. This endorsement ensures that MS. Taylor's home and personal belongings are protected against financial losses resulting from flood-related damage. Question 48. Which type of insurance policy in Illinois typically covers legal defense costs and damages resulting from claims of professional negligence or errors? A. Errors and omissions (EO) insurance. B. Commercial property insurance. C. Personal umbrella insurance. D. Business interruption insurance. Answer: A. Errors and omissions (EO) insurance. In Illinois, errors and omissions (EO) insurance, also known as professional liability insurance, covers legal defense costs and damages resulting from claims of professional negligence, errors, or omissions in the delivery of professional services. This coverage is crucial for professionals such as lawyers, accountants, and consultants who provide specialized services to clients. Question 49. Under Illinois state regulations, what does the term underwriting guidelines refer to in the insurance industry? A. Rules governing the payment of claims to policyholders. B. Standards used to assess risks and determine policy premiums. C. Procedures for filing complaints against insurance companies. D. Requirements for maintaining insurance producer licenses. Answer: B. Standards used to assess risks and determine policy premiums. In Illinois, underwriting guidelines refer to the standards and criteria used by insurers to evaluate risks associated with potential policyholders. These guidelines help insurers assess the likelihood of a claim occurring and determine appropriate premiums based on factors such as the insured's risk profile, claims history, and coverage needs. Question 50. Scenario. Mr. Patel owns a small business in Illinois and is purchasing a business owner's policy BOP to protect his property and liability exposures. What does the liability coverage in Mr. Patel's BOP primarily protect against? A. Losses caused by natural disasters such as earthquakes and floods. B. Legal expenses and damages resulting from claims of bodily injury or property damage. C. Financial losses due to business interruption and extra expenses. D. Costs associated with repairing or replacing business property. Answer. B. Legal expenses and damages resulting from claims of bodily injury or property damage. In Illinois, liability coverage in a business owner's policy BOP primarily protects Mr. Patel against legal expenses and damages resulting from claims of bodily injury or property damage caused by his business operations or products. This coverage helps protect his business from financial losses and legal liabilities arising from third-party claims. Question 51. Which provision in an insurance policy allows the insured and insurer to change certain policy terms and conditions after the policy has been issued? A. Insuring agreement. B. Declarations page. C. Endorsement. D. Exclusions section. Answer. C. Endorsement. In Illinois, an endorsement in an insurance policy allows the insured and insurer to modify or add specific terms, conditions, or coverage to the original policy after it has been issued. Endorsements can be used to expand or restrict coverage based on the insured's needs or changes in risk exposure. Question 52. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of subrogation in the insurance context? A. To allow insurers to recover costs from third parties responsible for a loss. B. To specify the conditions under which coverage may be denied. C. To outline the insurer's obligations to pay for covered losses. D. To define the insured's responsibilities in filing a claim. Answer. A. To allow insurers to recover costs from third parties responsible for a loss. In Illinois, subrogation in insurance allows an insurer to recover costs from third parties who are legally responsible for causing a loss or damage to the insured. After compensating the insured for the loss, the insurer may pursue recovery from negligent parties to mitigate losses and maintain fair premium rates. Question 53. Scenario. Mr. Johnson owns a rental property in Illinois and is reviewing his landlord insurance policy. He wants coverage that includes protection against financial losses resulting from tenant-caused damages and loss of rental income due to tenant eviction. Which type of insurance coverage should Mr. Johnson ensure is included in his policy? A. Dwelling coverage. B. Loss of use coverage. C. Fair rental income coverage. D. Personal property coverage. Answer. C. Fair rental income coverage. In Illinois, fair rental income coverage, also known as rental income or rental value coverage, within a landlord insurance policy protects Mr. Johnson against financial losses resulting from tenant-caused damages that render the property uninhabitable or loss of rental income due to tenant eviction. This coverage ensures Mr. Johnson continues to receive rental income despite unforeseen circumstances affecting his rental property. Question 54. Which insurance principle in Illinois ensures that policyholders do not profit from an insurance claim but are restored to the same financial position they were in before the loss occurred? A. Subrogation. B. Insurable interest. C. Contribution. D. Indemnity. Answer. D. Indemnity. In Illinois, the principle of indemnity and insurance ensures that policyholders are compensated for covered losses in a manner that restores them to the same financial position they were in before the loss occurred. This principle prevents policyholders from profiting from insurance claims and promotes fairness in claim settlements. Question 55. Under Illinois state regulations, what does the term insurable interest refer to in the context of insurance? A. The insured's legal right to file a claim with the insurer. B. The financial stake the insured has in the property or person being insured. C. The process of transferring risk from the insured to the insurer. D. The insurer's obligation to investigate and evaluate claims fairly. Answer. B. The financial stake the insured has in the property or person being insured. In Illinois, insurable interest refers to the requirement that the insured must have a financial stake or potential loss in the property or person being insured. This financial interest ensures that the insured has a valid reason to purchase insurance and prevents individuals from insuring property or persons in which they have no legitimate interest. Question 56. Scenario: MS. Smith operates a small bakery in Illinois and is concerned about the potential for employee injuries on the job. Which type of insurance coverage should MS Smith consider to protect her business against workers' compensation claims? A. General liability insurance. B. Commercial property insurance. C. Workers' compensation insurance. D. Business interruption insurance. Answer: C. Workers' compensation insurance. In Illinois, workers' compensation insurance is mandatory for employers and provides coverage for employees who are injured or become ill while performing work-related duties. This coverage helps protect businesses like MS Smith's Bakery from financial liability and ensures that injured employees receive necessary medical treatment and compensation for lost wages. Question 57. Which insurance principle in Illinois requires insurers to act in good faith and disclose all relevant policy information to policyholders? A. Utmost good faith. B. Subrogation. C. Indemnity. D. Contribution. Answer: A. Utmost good faith. In Illinois, the principle of utmost good faith requires insurers and policyholders to act honestly and fairly in all insurance transactions. Insurers are obligated to disclose all material facts and policy terms to policyholders, ensuring transparency and allowing policyholders to make informed decisions about their insurance coverage. Question 58. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of a coinsurance clause ECA property insurance policy? A. To specify the conditions under which coverage may be denied. B. To outline the insurer's obligations to pay for covered losses. C. To require policyholders to insure property to a specified percentage of its value. D. To define the insured's responsibilities in filing a claim. Answer: C. To require policyholders to insure property to a specified percentage of its value. In Illinois, a coinsurance clause in a property insurance policy requires policyholders to insure their property for a specified percentage of its total value, typically 80% or more. If the insured fails to meet this requirement, they may incur a coinsurance penalty in the event of a partial loss, reducing the amount of reimbursement from the insurer. Question 59. Scenario: Mr. Thompson is purchasing auto insurance in Illinois and wants coverage that includes protection against damage caused by hitting a deer or other animals on the road. Which type of coverage should Mr. Thompson ensure is included in his auto insurance policy? A. Comprehensive coverage. B. Collision coverage. C. Liability coverage. D. Medical payments coverage. Answer: A. Comprehensive coverage. In Illinois, comprehensive coverage in an auto insurance policy protects against damage to the insured vehicle caused by incidents other than collisions, such as hitting a deer, vandalism, theft, or natural disasters. This coverage ensures that Mr. Thompson's vehicle is protected against a wide range of risks beyond typical collision scenarios. Question 60. Which insurance principle in Illinois allows an insurer to deny coverage or rescind a policy if the insured intentionally provided false information on the insurance application? A. Utmost good faith. B. Representation. C. Estoppel. D. Material misrepresentation. Answer: D. Material misrepresentation. In Illinois, the principle of material misrepresentation allows an insurer to deny coverage or rescind a policy if the insured knowingly or intentionally provided false information on the insurance application that was material to the insurer's decision to issue the policy. This principle ensures that insurers can rely on accurate information when assessing risk and setting premiums. Question 61. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of replacement cost coverage in property insurance? A. To reimburse the insured for the current market value of the damaged property. B. To pay for repairs or replacement of damaged property without considering depreciation. C. To limit the insurer's liability for certain types of property losses. D. To define the insured's responsibilities in maintaining the property. Answer: B. To pay for repairs or replacement of damaged property without considering depreciation. In Illinois, replacement cost coverage in property insurance policies reimburses the insured for the actual cost to repair or replace damaged property with new property of like kind and quality, without deduction for depreciation. This coverage ensures that policyholders can restore their property to its pre-loss condition regardless of the property's age or depreciation. Question 62. Scenario MS. Garcia owns a retail store in Illinois and is concerned about potential liability claims from customers slipping and falling on wet floors during rainy seasons. Which type of insurance coverage should MS. Garcia consider to protect her business against such claims? A. Business owner's policy BOP. B. Commercial auto insurance. C. General liability insurance. D. Workers' compensation insurance. Answer. C. General liability insurance. In Illinois, general liability insurance protects businesses like MS. Garcia's retail store against claims of bodily injury or property damage arising from accidents that occur on the business premises or as a result of business operations. This coverage includes medical expenses, legal fees, and damages awarded in lawsuits, providing financial protection against liability claims from third parties. Question 63. Which principle of insurance in Illinois allows insurers to reduce or avoid payments for losses if the insured does not take reasonable steps to prevent or minimize the loss? A. Subrogation. B. Contribution. C. Mitigation of damages. D. Proximate cause. Answer. C. Mitigation of damages. In Illinois, the principle of mitigation of damages requires insured parties to take reasonable steps to minimize losses and prevent further damage after an incident occurs. Insurers may reduce or avoid payments for losses if the insured fails to take reasonable measures to mitigate damages, such as repairing property promptly after a loss to prevent additional damage. Question 64. Under Illinois state regulations, what does the term additional insured mean in an insurance policy? A. A person who is temporarily covered under the policy due to special circumstances. B. An entity or individual added to the policy as an insured party, typically with limited coverage. C. An insured party who has multiple policies covering the same risk. D. A beneficiary designated to receive additional benefits from the policy. Answer. B. An entity or individual added to the policy as an insured party, typically with limited coverage. In Illinois, an additional insured is an entity or individual who is added to an insurance policy by endorsement, providing them with certain coverage under the policy. This endorsement typically limits coverage to specific circumstances related to the additional insured's relationship with the named insured, such as a landlord added to a tenant's policy or a contractor added to a subcontractor's policy. Question 65. Scenario. Mr. Anderson owns a historic building in Illinois and is seeking insurance coverage that will ensure the building is rebuilt to its original architectural specifications in the event of a total loss. Which type of property insurance policy should Mr. Anderson consider? A. Actual cash value policy. B. Replacement cost policy. C. Excess property policy. D. Valuable articles policy. Answer. B. Replacement cost policy. In Illinois, a replacement cost policy in property insurance covers the cost to repair or rebuild damaged property with materials of like kind and quality without deduction for depreciation. This coverage ensures that Mr. Anderson's historic building can be restored to its original architectural specifications in the event of a total loss, providing adequate funds to cover the full cost of reconstruction. Question 66. Which insurance principle in Illinois ensures that policyholders are compensated for covered losses up to the limits specified in their insurance policy? A. Utmost good faith. B. Indemnity. C. Subrogation. D. Contribution. Answer. B. Indemnity. In Illinois, the principle of indemnity and insurance ensures that policyholders are compensated for covered losses up to the limits specified in their insurance policy. Indemnity aims to restore policyholders to the same financial position they were in before the loss occurred, preventing them from profiting from insurance claims. Question 67. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of loss settlement methods in property insurance? A. To determine the amount of deductible the insured must pay before the insurer covers a loss. B. To specify the types of perils or events covered by the insurance policy. C. To outline how the insurer will calculate and pay for covered losses to the insured. D. To define the insured's responsibilities in maintaining the insured property. Answer. C. To outline how the insurer will calculate and pay for covered losses to the insured. In Illinois, loss settlement methods in property insurance policies specify how insurers will calculate and pay for covered losses to the insured. Common methods include actual cash value, ACV, replacement cost value, ACV, and agreed value, each determining the basis for reimbursing the insured for property losses based on different valuation approaches. Question 68. Scenario: MS. Thompson operates a small business in Illinois and is considering purchasing business interruption insurance. What does business interruption insurance primarily cover? A. Physical damage or loss to business property caused by covered perils. B. Loss of income and extra expenses due to a covered peril that interrupts business operations. C. Liability claims arising from accidents or injuries on the business premises. D. Medical expenses for employees injured while on the job. Answer: B. Loss of income and extra expenses due to a covered peril that interrupts business operations. In Illinois, business interruption insurance primarily covers loss of income and extra expenses incurred when a covered peril, such as fire or natural disaster, interrupts normal business operations. This coverage helps businesses like MS. Thompson's mitigate financial losses and continue operations during the recovery period. Question 69. Which insurance concept in Illinois refers to a situation where multiple insurers share the costs of a claim according to their proportionate liability? A. Subrogation. B. Contribution. C. Indemnity. D. Estoppel. Answer: B. Contribution. In Illinois, contribution is the insurance concept where multiple insurers who cover the same risk share the costs of a claim based on their proportionate liability. This principle ensures fair distribution of claim payments among insurers, preventing one insurer from bearing the full financial burden of a claim that involves multiple policies. Question 70. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of endorsements in an insurance policy? A. To specify the amount of coverage provided by the policy. B. To modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. C. To determine the premium rate charged for the policy. D. To define the insured's responsibilities in maintaining the insured property. Answer: B. To modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. In Illinois, endorsements in an insurance policy are amendments or attachments that modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. Endorsements can tailor coverage to meet specific needs or circumstances of the insured, such as adding additional insureds, extending coverage limits, or changing policy terms. Question 71. Scenario: Mr. Ramirez is purchasing homeowners insurance in Illinois and wants coverage that protects against damage caused by sewer backup and some pump failure. Which type of coverage should Mr. Ramirez ensure is included in his homeowners insurance policy? A. Dwelling coverage. B. Personal liability coverage. C. Flood insurance. D. Water backup coverage. Answer: D. Water backup coverage. In Illinois, water backup coverage in homeowners insurance policies protects against damage caused by sewer backup or some pump failure, which are typically excluded under standard homeowners insurance policies. This coverage ensures that Mr. Ramirez's property and belongings are protected from water damage due to these specific perils. Question 72. Which insurance principle in Illinois requires insurers to interpret ambiguous terms in an insurance policy in favor of the insured? A. Subrogation. B. Conformity to statute. C. Reasonable expectations. D. Liberalization. Answer: C. Reasonable expectations. In Illinois, the principle of reasonable expectations requires insurers to interpret ambiguous terms in an insurance policy in favor of the insured's reasonable expectations of coverage. This principle ensures that policyholders are not unfairly denied coverage based on obscure or ambiguous language in the policy and promotes transparency in insurance contracts. Question 73. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of underwriting considerations in insurance? A. To determine the premium rates charged for insurance policies. B. To investigate and evaluate claims made by policyholders. C. To outline the insurer's obligations to pay for covered losses. D. To specify the conditions under which coverage may be denied. Answer: A. To determine the premium rates charged for insurance policies. In Illinois, underwriting considerations in insurance refer to the factors insurers use to assess risk and determine the appropriate premium rates charged for insurance policies. These considerations include the insured's risk profile, property value, claims history, and other relevant factors that influence the likelihood of a loss occurring. Question 74. Scenario: MS. Patel is an insurance agent in Illinois advising a client on the purchase of commercial property insurance. The client operates a manufacturing facility and is concerned about the risk of equipment breakdown. Which type of coverage should MS. Patel recommend to protect against this risk? A. Business income insurance. B. Equipment breakdown insurance. C. Boiler and machinery insurance. D. Inland marine insurance. Answer: B. Equipment breakdown insurance. In Illinois, equipment breakdown insurance covers damage to equipment caused by mechanical breakdown, electrical arcing, power surges, and other similar perils. This coverage ensures that the client's manufacturing equipment can be repaired or replaced quickly to minimize business interruption and financial loss. Question 75. Which insurance concept in Illinois allows an insured party to transfer the risk of loss to the insurer in exchange for payment of a premium? A. Subrogation. B. Representation. C. Indemnity. D. Insurable interest. Answer: D. Insurable interest. In Illinois, insurable interest is the insurance concept that allows an insured party to transfer the risk of loss to the insurer in exchange for payment of a premium. Insurable interest requires the insured to have a financial stake or potential loss in the property or person being insured, ensuring that insurance contracts are based on legitimate risks and financial interests. Question 76. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of subrogation in insurance? A. To investigate and evaluate claims made by policyholders. B. To determine the premium rates charged for insurance policies. C. To transfer the insured's right of recovery to the insurer after paying a claim. D. To specify the conditions under which coverage may be denied. Answer: C. To transfer the insured's right of recovery to the insurer after paying a claim. In Illinois, subrogation in insurance refers to the process where an insurer assumes the legal rights of the insured to recover losses from a third party responsible for causing the insured's loss. This allows the insurer to recover the amount of the claim paid to the insured, thereby reducing its financial loss and preventing the insured from collecting double compensation for the same loss. Question 77. Scenario: Mr. Davis is reviewing his homeowner's insurance policy in Illinois and wants coverage that will protect his personal belongings against a wide range of risks, including theft and accidental damage. Which type of coverage should Mr. Davis ensure is included in his policy? A. Dwelling coverage. B. A personal property coverage. C. Liability coverage. D. Additional living expenses coverage. Answer: B. Personal property coverage. In Illinois, personal property coverage in homeowners' insurance policies protects the insured's personal belongings, such as furniture, clothing, electronics, and other items, against covered perils such as theft, fire, vandalism, and accidental damage. This coverage ensures that Mr. Davis's personal belongings are financially protected in the event of a covered loss. Question 78. Which insurance concept in Illinois refers to the process of reviewing and evaluating insurance applications to determine whether to accept or reject an applicant for coverage? A. Underwriting. B. Indemnity. C. Estoppel. D. Contribution. Answer: A. Underwriting. In Illinois, underwriting refers to the process of reviewing and evaluating insurance applications, assessing the risks associated with insuring the applicant, and determining whether to accept or reject the applicant for coverage. Underwriting helps insurers evaluate the potential for claims and set appropriate premium rates based on the assessed risk. Question 79. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of endorsements in an insurance policy? A. To specify the amount of coverage provided by the policy. B. To modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. C. To determine the premium rate charged for the policy. D. To define the insured's responsibilities in maintaining the insured property. Answer: B. To modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. In Illinois, endorsements in an insurance policy are amendments or additions that modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. Endorsements can be used to customize coverage to meet specific needs or circumstances of the insured, such as adding additional insureds, increasing coverage limits, or altering policy terms. Question 80. Scenario: MS. Johnson operates a small business in Illinois and is concerned about potential liability claims from customers slipping and falling on wet floors during rainy seasons. Which type of insurance coverage should MS Johnson consider to protect her business against such claims? A. Business owner's policy BOP. B. Commercial auto insurance. C. General liability insurance. D. Workers' compensation insurance. Answer: C. General liability insurance. In Illinois, general liability insurance covers businesses against claims of bodily injury or property damage arising from accidents that occur on the business premises or as a result of business operations. This coverage includes medical expenses, legal fees, and damages awarded in lawsuits, providing financial protection against liability claims from third parties, such as customers slipping and falling. Question 81. Which insurance principle in Illinois ensures that policyholders are compensated for covered losses up to the limits specified in their insurance policy? A. Utmost good faith. B. Indemnity. C. Subrogation. D. Contribution. Answer: B. Indemnity. In Illinois, the principle of indemnity ensures that policyholders are compensated for covered losses up to the limits specified in their insurance policy. Indemnity aims to restore policyholders to the same financial position they were in before the loss occurred, preventing them from profiting from insurance claims. Question 82. Under Illinois state regulations, what does evaluation of property refer to in property insurance? A. Determining the market value of the insured property. B. Assessing the replacement cost of the insured property. C. Evaluating the income generated by the insured property. D. Calculating the depreciation of the insured property. Answer: B. Assessing the replacement cost of the insured property. In Illinois, valuation of property in property insurance refers to assessing the replacement cost of the insured property. Replacement cost is the cost to repair or replace damaged property with materials of like kind and quality, without deducting for depreciation. This valuation method ensures that policyholders can recover the full cost of repairing or replacing their property to its pre-loss condition. Question 83. Scenario: Mr. Roberts operates a delivery service in Illinois and owns a fleet of vehicles used for business purposes. He wants insurance coverage that will protect his vehicles against damage from collisions and other perils. Which type of insurance should Mr. Roberts consider? A. Business interruption insurance. B. Commercial auto insurance. C. Equipment breakdown insurance. D. Inland marine insurance. B. Commercial auto insurance. In Illinois, commercial auto insurance covers vehicles used for business purposes against damage from collisions, theft, vandalism, and other covered perils. This coverage also includes liability protection for bodily injury and property damage caused to others while operating business vehicles. It is essential for Mr. Roberts to protect his fleet of vehicles and mitigate financial risks associated with potential accidents or damages. Question 84. Which insurance principle in Illinois requires both parties, insurer and insured, to act honestly and fairly in all insurance transactions? A. Subrogation. B. Utmost good faith. C. Indemnity. D. Contribution. B. Utmost good faith. In Illinois, the principle of utmost good faith requires both the insurer and insured to act honestly and fairly in all insurance transactions. Insurers must provide accurate information about coverage and policy terms, while policyholders must disclose all material facts that could influence the insurer's decision to provide coverage. This principle promotes transparency, trust, and fairness in insurance contracts. Question 85. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of the policy provisions in an insurance contract? A. To specify the types of perils covered by the policy. B. To outline the insured's responsibilities after covered loss. C. To define the insured's obligations in maintaining the insured property. D. To establish the terms, conditions, and limitations of coverage. Answer: D. To establish the terms, conditions, and limitations of coverage. In Illinois, Policy provisions in an insurance contract establish the terms, conditions, and limitations of coverage. These provisions outline the rights and responsibilities of both the insurer and the insured, including coverage limits, exclusions, deductibles, and conditions under which the insurer will pay claims. Understanding these provisions is crucial for policyholders to know what is covered and what is not covered under their insurance policy. Question 86. Scenario: MS. Anderson owns a rental property in Illinois and is concerned about potential liability claims from tenants or visitors getting injured on the premises. Which type of insurance coverage should MS. Anderson consider to protect herself against such claims? A. Dwelling fire insurance. B. Personal umbrella insurance. C. Renters insurance. D. Landlord liability insurance. Answer: D. Landlord liability insurance. In Illinois, landlord liability insurance protects property owners from liability claims arising from injuries or property damage suffered by tenants or visitors on the rental property. This coverage includes legal expenses, medical bills, and damages awarded in lawsuits, providing financial protection against liability claims and lawsuits related to the rental property. Question 87. Which insurance concept in Illinois allows policyholders to adjust their coverage to reflect changes in their circumstances or needs without additional premium charge? A. Waiver. B. Estoppel. C. Liberalization. D. Conformity to statute. Answer: C. Liberalization. In Illinois, the principle of liberalization allows policyholders to adjust their coverage to reflect changes in their circumstances or needs without an additional premium charge. This principle ensures that policyholders benefit from broader coverage terms or improvements made to their insurance policy, enhancing their protection without increasing costs. Question 88. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of insuring agreements in an insurance policy? A. To specify the types of perils covered by the policy. B. To define the insured's obligations in maintaining the insured property. C. To establish the terms, conditions, and limitations of coverage. D. To outline the scope of coverage provided by the policy. Answer: D. To outline the scope of coverage provided by the policy. In Illinois, insuring agreements in an insurance policy outline the scope of coverage provided by specifying the risks or perils against which the insurer will provide protection. These agreements define what is covered under the policy, including the types of losses or damages for which the insurer will pay claims. Understanding the insuring agreements is essential for policyholders to know the extent of their insurance coverage. Question 89. Scenario: Mr. Thompson is purchasing auto insurance in Illinois and wants coverage that will pay for damages to his vehicle caused by a collision with another vehicle or object. Which type of coverage should Mr. Thompson ensure is included in his auto insurance policy? A. Comprehensive coverage. B. Liability coverage. C. Collision coverage. D. Uninsured motorist coverage. Answer: C. Collision coverage. In Illinois, collision coverage in auto insurance policies pays for damages to the insured vehicle caused by a collision with another vehicle or object, regardless of fault. This coverage helps Mr. Thompson repair or replace his vehicle if it is damaged in a collision, providing financial protection against repair costs. Question 90. Which insurance principle in Illinois requires insurers to interpret policy language in favor of coverage for the insured when policy terms are ambiguous? A. Conformity to statute. B. Reasonable expectations. C. Estoppel. D. Reasonable care. Answer: B. Reasonable expectations. In Illinois, the principle of reasonable expectations requires insurers to interpret policy language in favor of coverage for the insured when policy terms are ambiguous. This principle ensures that policyholders are not unfairly denied coverage based on unclear or confusing policy language, aligning with the insured's reasonable expectations of what is covered under the insurance policy. Question 91. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of conditions in an insurance policy? A. To specify the types of perils covered by the policy. B. To outline the insured's responsibilities after covered loss. C. To establish the terms, conditions, and limitations of coverage. D. To define the insured's obligations in maintaining the insured property. Answer: B. To outline the insured's responsibilities after covered loss. In Illinois, conditions in an insurance policy outline the insured's responsibilities and duties after covered loss occurs. These conditions specify actions the insured must take, such as notifying the insurer of a loss promptly, cooperating in the investigation of a claim, and mitigating further damage to the insured property. Understanding these conditions is essential for policyholders to fulfill their obligations and ensure smooth claims processing. Question 92. Scenario: MS. Garcia is renewing her homeowner's insurance policy in Illinois and wants coverage that will protect her home against damage from fire, vandalism, and theft. Which type of coverage should MS. Garcia ensure is included in her policy? A. Personal umbrella insurance. B. Flood insurance. C. Homeowners insurance. D. Earthquake insurance. Answer: C. Homeowners insurance. In Illinois, homeowners insurance provides coverage for damage to the home and personal belongings caused by covered perils such as fire, vandalism, and theft. This coverage also includes liability protection for bodily injury or property damage suffered by others on the insured property. It is essential for MS. Garcia to ensure comprehensive coverage that meets her specific needs and protects against various risks. Question 93. Which insurance concept in Illinois refers to the duty of both parties, insurer and insured, to act honestly and fairly in all insurance transactions? A. Estoppel. B. Subrogation. C. Good faith. D. Indemnity. Answer: C. Good faith. In Illinois, the principle of good faith requires both the insurer and insured to act honestly and fairly in all insurance transactions. Insurers must provide accurate information about coverage and policy terms, while policyholders must disclose all material facts that could influence the insurer's decision to provide coverage. This principle promotes transparency, trust, and fairness in insurance contracts. Question 94. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of endorsements in an insurance policy? A. To specify the types of perils covered by the policy. B. To modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. C. To determine the premium rate charged for the policy. D. To define the insured's responsibilities in maintaining the insured property. Answer: B. To modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. In Illinois, endorsements in an insurance policy are amendments or additions that modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. Endorsements allow policyholders to customize their insurance coverage to meet specific needs or circumstances, such as adding additional insureds, increasing coverage limits, or changing policy terms. Question 95. Scenario: Mr. Lee owns a small business in Illinois and wants insurance coverage that will protect his business property, such as inventory and equipment, against fire, theft, and other perils. Which type of insurance policy should Mr. Lee consider? A. Business interruption insurance. B. Commercial property insurance. C. General liability insurance. D. Professional liability insurance. Answer: B. Commercial property insurance. In Illinois, commercial property insurance covers physical assets owned by a business, such as buildings, inventory, equipment, and furniture, against covered perils such as fire, theft, vandalism, and natural disasters. This coverage helps Mr. Lee recover financially if his business property is damaged or destroyed, providing essential protection for business continuity. Question 96. Which insurance principle in Illinois allows insurers to cancel or non-renew an insurance policy for reasons that are not related to the insured's behavior or claims history? A. Adhesion. B. Fair access to insurance requirements. Fair. C. Insurable interest. D. Underwriting freedom. Answer: D. Underwriting freedom. In Illinois, underwriting freedom allows insurers to cancel or non-renew an insurance policy for reasons that are not related to the insured's behavior or claims history, such as changes in underwriting guidelines, market conditions, or regulatory requirements. This principle grants insurers flexibility in managing their risks and business operations while ensuring compliance with state laws and regulations. Question 97. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of exclusions in an insurance policy? A. To specify the types of perils covered by the policy. B. To modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. C. To limit coverage by excluding specific perils or circumstances. D. To determine the premium rate charged for the policy. Answer: C. To limit coverage by excluding specific perils or circumstances. In Illinois, exclusions in an insurance policy limit coverage by explicitly stating what is not covered under the policy. These exclusions may exclude coverage for certain perils, conditions, or circumstances that are considered too risky or outside the scope of the policy's coverage. Understanding these exclusions is crucial for policyholders to know the limitations of their insurance coverage. Question 98. Scenario: MS. Patel owns a rental property in Illinois and is concerned about potential damage from tenant negligence or accidents. Which type of insurance coverage should MS. Patel consider to protect her rental property against such risks? A. Dwelling fire insurance. B. Renters insurance. C. Landlord insurance. D. Umbrella insurance. Answer: C. Landlord insurance. In Illinois, landlord insurance is designed to protect rental property owners against risks such as property damage, liability claims, and loss of rental income. This coverage includes property damage caused by tenants, legal expenses for liability claims, and coverage for loss of rental income due to property damage or other covered perils. It is essential for MS Patel to ensure comprehensive coverage that addresses the specific risks associated with owning rental property. Question 99. Which insurance concept in Illinois refers to the insurer's right to recover costs from third parties responsible for a loss after compensating the insured? A. Subrogation. B. Estoppel. C. Contribution. D. Indemnity. Answer: A. Subrogation. In Illinois, subrogation allows insurers to pursue legal action against third parties responsible for causing a loss or damage to the insured property after compensating the insured for the claim. This principle enables insurers to recover costs and expenses incurred from negligent parties or entities that contributed to the loss, thereby reducing the financial burden on the insurer and potentially lowering insurance premiums for policyholders. Question 100. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of the declarations page in an insurance policy? A. To specify the types of perils covered by the policy. B. To modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. C. To provide a summary of key information about the policy and insured property. D. To outline the insured's responsibilities in maintaining the insured property. Answer: C. To provide a summary of key information about the policy and insured property. In Illinois, the declarations page in an insurance policy provides a summary of key information, including the policyholder's name and address, insured property details, coverage limits, deductibles, premium amount, and policy effective dates. This page serves as a quick reference for policyholders to understand the basic terms and conditions of their insurance coverage. Question 101. Scenario: Mr. Thompson owns a construction company in Illinois and is concerned about potential liability claims from accidents involving his employees at job sites. Which type of insurance coverage should Mr. Thompson consider to protect his business against such risks? A. Workers' compensation insurance. B. Commercial auto insurance. C. Business interruption insurance. D. Professional liability insurance. Answer: A. Workers' compensation insurance. In Illinois, workers' compensation insurance is mandatory for employers and provides coverage for employees who suffer work-related injuries or illnesses. This coverage includes medical expenses, lost wages, rehabilitation costs, and death benefits for employees' dependents. Workers' compensation insurance also protects employers from liability claims filed by injured employees, ensuring financial protection for both parties. Question 102. Which insurance principle in Illinois requires insurers to compensate policyholders for covered losses to restore them to their financial position before the loss occurred? A. Subrogation. B. Indemnity. C. Estoppel. D. Contribution. Answer: B. Indemnity. In Illinois, the principle of indemnity requires insurers to compensate policyholders for covered losses to restore them to their financial position before the loss occurred. This principle ensures that policyholders are not financially better off after a loss but are restored to the same financial position they were in before the loss happened, preventing overcompensation and unjust enrichment. Question 103. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of loss settlement methods in property insurance? A. To determine the premium rate charged for the policy. B. To specify the types of perils covered by the policy. C. To establish how losses will be evaluated and compensated. D. To modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. Answer: C. To establish how losses will be evaluated and compensated. In Illinois, loss settlement methods in property insurance policies outline how losses will be evaluated, calculated, and compensated in the event of a covered claim. These methods may include actual cash value (ACV), replacement cost value (RCV), or specific valuation methods for different types of property and perils. Understanding these methods is crucial for policyholders to know how their losses will be valued and what they can expect in terms of compensation. Question 104. Scenario: Mr. Davis has a comprehensive auto insurance policy in Illinois that includes collision coverage. Unfortunately, his car was severely damaged in a collision with another vehicle. How will Mr. Davis's collision coverage compensate him for the damages? A. Based on the actual cash value (ACV) of his car at the time of the collision. B. Based on the replacement cost value (RCV) of his car at the time of the collision. C. Based on the market value of his car at the time of the collision. D. Based on the depreciation value of his car at the time of the collision. Answer: A. Based on the actual cash value (ACV) of his car at the time of the collision. In Illinois, collision coverage in auto insurance policies typically compensates policyholders based on the actual cash value (ACV) of the damaged vehicle at the time of the collision. ACV is calculated by subtracting depreciation from the replacement cost of the vehicle, taking into account its age, condition, and market value. This method helps determine the fair compensation for the insured vehicle's loss. Question 105. Which insurance concept in Illinois refers to the principle that insurance contracts are drafted by the insurer with terms and conditions that are non-negotiable by the insured? A. Good faith. B. Adhesion. C. Estoppel. D. Conformity to statute. Answer: B. Adhesion. In Illinois, adhesion refers to insurance contracts drafted by the insurer with terms and conditions that are non-negotiable by the insured. Policyholders typically have little or no input into the contract terms, and the terms are standardized across similar policies issued by the insurer. Adhesion contracts are common in insurance to ensure consistency and efficiency in policy issuance. Question 106. Under Illinois state regulations, what does the insuring agreement in an insurance policy typically specify? A. The insured's responsibilities in maintaining the insured property. B. The types of perils covered by the policy. C. The insurer's obligation to indemnify the insured for covered losses. D. The premium rate charged for the policy. Answer: C. The insurer's obligation to indemnify the insured for covered losses. In Illinois, the insuring agreement in an insurance policy specifies the insurer's obligation to indemnify the insured for covered losses. This section outlines the scope of coverage, including what risks are insured against, the types of losses that are covered, and the conditions under which the insurer will provide compensation to the insured. Understanding the insuring agreement helps policyholders know the extent of protection provided by their insurance policy. Question 107. Scenario: Ms. Rivera is shopping for homeowners insurance in Illinois and wants coverage that will protect her home against damage from windstorms and hail. Which type of insurance policy should Ms. Rivera consider? A. Earthquake insurance. B. Flood insurance. C. Homeowners insurance. D. Umbrella insurance. Answer: C. Homeowners insurance. In Illinois, homeowners insurance typically includes coverage for damage caused by windstorms and hail, along with other perils such as fire, theft, and vandalism. This coverage also extends to personal belongings and liability protection for injuries or property damage suffered by others on the insured property. Ms. Rivera should ensure her homeowner's insurance policy specifically covers windstorms and hail to protect her home against these risks. Question 108. Which insurance principle in Illinois involves multiple insurers sharing the costs of a claim according to their proportionate liability? A. Subrogation. B. Indemnity. C. Contribution. D. Estoppel. Answer: C. Contribution. In Illinois, contribution is the insurance principle that involves multiple insurers sharing the costs of a claim according to their proportionate liability. When more than one insurance policy covers the same loss, each insurer contributes to the payment based on the percentage of coverage provided by their policy. This principle ensures equitable distribution of claim costs among insurers and prevents overcompensation of the insured. Question 109. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of endorsements in an insurance policy? A. To specify the types of perils covered by the policy. B. To modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. C. To determine the premium rate charged for the policy. D. To define the insured's responsibilities in maintaining the insured property. Answer: B. To modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. In Illinois, endorsements in an insurance policy are amendments or additions that modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. Endorsements allow policyholders to customize their insurance coverage to meet specific needs or circumstances, such as adding additional insureds, increasing coverage limits, or changing policy terms. Question 110. Scenario: Mr. Johnson owns a small business in Illinois and is considering purchasing business interruption insurance. What does this type of insurance typically cover? A. Property damage caused by fire and theft. B. Loss of income due to a covered peril that interrupts business operations. C. Liability claims arising from third-party injuries at the business premises. D. Errors and omissions in professional services provided by the business. Answer: B. Loss of income due to a covered peril that interrupts business operations. In Illinois, business interruption insurance covers loss of income and additional expenses incurred when a covered peril interrupts normal business operations. This coverage helps businesses recover financially from events such as fire, natural disasters, or other incidents that cause temporary closure or reduced revenue. Mr. Johnson should consider this insurance to mitigate the financial impact of unexpected interruptions to his business. Question 111. Which insurance concept in Illinois refers to the requirement that the insured must suffer financial loss if the insured property is damaged or destroyed? A. Subrogation. B. Estoppel. C. Contribution. D. Insurable interest. Answer: D. Insurable interest. In Illinois, insurable interest refers to the requirement that the insured must suffer financial loss if the insured property is damaged or destroyed. This principle ensures that the insured has a legitimate financial stake in the insured property, preventing individuals from obtaining insurance for property in which they have no financial interest. Insurable interest is essential for the validity of an insurance contract and is typically required at the time of policy inception. Question 112. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of underwriting considerations in insurance? A. To determine the premium rate charged for the policy. B. To specify the types of perils covered by the policy. C. To modify or add coverage beyond what is included in the standard policy. D. To define the insured's responsibilities in maintaining the insured property. Answer: A. To determine the premium rate charged for the policy. In Illinois, underwriting considerations refer to the factors insurers evaluate to determine the risk associated with insuring a particular individual or property. These factors include the insured's age, health status, occupation, location, and claims history, among others. By assessing these considerations, insurers can calculate an appropriate premium rate that reflects the risk of potential claims and ensures the financial stability of the insurance company. Question 113. Scenario: MS. Lee is a licensed insurance agent in Illinois who wants to ensure compliance with state regulations regarding producer licensing. What are the requirements for producer licensing in Illinois? A. Completion of a pre-licensing education course and passing a licensing exam. B. Annual renewal of the insurance agent's license with payment of renewal fees. C. Obtaining a surety bond and maintaining continuing education credits. D. Filing a licensing application with the Illinois Department of Insurance. Answer: A. Completion of a pre-licensing education course and passing a licensing exam. In Illinois, individuals seeking to become licensed insurance producers agents must complete a pre-licensing education course approved by the state and pass a licensing exam. These requirements ensure that insurance agents have the knowledge and understanding of insurance laws, regulations, and ethical standards necessary to serve consumers effectively. Continuing education credits and renewal fees, option B, are part of maintaining the license after initial issuance, not requirements for obtaining the initial license. Question 114. Which type of casualty insurance policy in Illinois covers liability claims arising from bodily injury or property damage caused by the insured's operations, products, or services? A. Commercial auto insurance. B. Workers' compensation insurance. C. Commercial general liability insurance. D. Errors and omissions insurance. Answer: C. Commercial general liability insurance. In Illinois, commercial general liability (CGL) insurance covers liability claims arising from bodily injury or property damage caused by the insured's operations, products, or services. This type of insurance provides financial protection against lawsuits and claims for damages resulting from accidents, negligence, or other covered incidents that occur in the course of business operations. Businesses in Illinois typically carry CGL insurance to protect against potential legal liabilities and financial losses. Question 115. Under Illinois state regulations, what does a subrogation refer to in insurance? A. The process by which insurers share the costs of a claim according to their proportionate liability. B. The principle that insurance contracts are drafted by the insurer with terms and conditions that are non-negotiable by the insured. C. The right of insurers to pursue recovery from third parties responsible for a loss after compensating the insured. D. The requirement that the insured must suffer a financial loss if the insured property is damaged or destroyed. Answer: C. The right of insurers to pursue recovery from third parties responsible for a loss after compensating the insured. In Illinois, subrogation refers to the insurer's right to pursue recovery from third parties responsible for a loss after compensating the insured. This principle allows insurers to recover the costs they have paid out to the insured from parties who may be legally liable for the loss, such as negligent third parties. Subrogation helps insurers mitigate losses and maintain the principle of indemnity by preventing double recovery for the same loss. Question 116. Scenario: Mr. Patel owns a commercial property in Illinois that was damaged by a fire. The insurance policy covering the property specifies that losses will be compensated based on the replacement cost value (RCV) of the property. How will this affect Mr. Patel's claim settlement? 8. Mr. Patel will receive compensation based on the current market value of the property. B. Mr. Patel will receive compensation based on the original purchase price of the property. C. Mr. Patel will receive compensation based on the cost to replace the damaged property with new property of like kind and quality. D. Mr. Patel will receive compensation based on the depreciated value of the property at the time of the fire. Answer: C. Mr. Patel will receive compensation based on the cost to replace the damaged property with new property of like kind and quality. In Illinois, replacement cost value (RCV) coverage in property insurance policies compensates the insured for the cost to replace damaged property with new property of like kind and quality without deducting for depreciation. This coverage ensures that the insured can restore their property to its pre-loss condition after a covered loss, providing more comprehensive financial protection than actual cash value (SCV) coverage, which deducts for depreciation. Question 117. Which insurance concept in Illinois refers to the legal doctrine preventing an insurer from denying coverage based on actions or statements that led the insured to reasonably believe coverage existed? A. Subrogation. B. Estoppel. C. Contribution. D. Indemnity. Answer: B. Estoppel. In Illinois, estoppel is the legal doctrine that prevents an insurer from denying coverage based on actions or statements that led the insured to reasonably believe coverage existed. If an insurer's actions or representations lead the insured to believe they are covered under a policy, the insurer may be estopped from later denying coverage based on technicalities or discrepancies. Estoppel ensures fairness and protects the reasonable expectations of the insured in insurance contracts. Question 118. Under Illinois state regulations, what is the purpose of a policy interpretation and analysis in insurance? A. To determine the premium rate charged for the policy. B. To specify the types of perils covered by the policy. C. To clarify the terms and conditions of the insurance policy. D. To define the insured's responsibilities in maintaining the insured property. Answer: C. To clarify the terms and conditions of the insurance policy. In Illinois, policy interpretation and analysis in insurance involve the process of clarifying the terms, conditions, and coverage provided by an insurance policy. This includes interpreting ambiguous language, resolving disputes over coverage, and ensuring that policyholders understand their rights and obligations under the insurance contract. Policy interpretation is essential for both insurers and insured parties to avoid misunderstandings and ensure compliance with the terms of the policy. Question 119, Scenario MS. Garcia is reviewing her homeowner's insurance policy in Illinois and notices a section titled Exclusions. What does this section typically specify? A. The types of perils covered by the policy. B. Additional coverage options available for purchase. C. Circumstances under which coverage will not be provided. D. The premium rate charged for the policy. Answer. C. Circumstances under which coverage will not be provided. In Illinois, the exclusions a section of an insurance policy specifies the circumstances, perils, or conditions under which coverage will not be provided. These exclusions define the limits of coverage by excluding specific risks or situations that are not covered by the policy. Understanding the exclusions is crucial for policyholders to know what events or conditions may not be covered, ensuring they can make informed decisions about their insurance coverage. Question 120. Which insurance principle in Illinois ensures that policyholders are fairly compensated for covered losses without receiving more than the actual financial loss suffered? A. Subrogation. B. Indemnity. C. Estoppel. D. Contribution. Answer. B. Indemnity. In Illinois, indemnity is the insurance principle that ensures policyholders are fairly compensated for covered losses without receiving more than the actual financial loss suffered. Under the principle of indemnity, insurers compensate the insured for the amount necessary to restore them to the same financial position they were in before the loss occurred, without providing a financial gain. This principle promotes fairness and prevents overcompensation of losses.